Well, hello everybody, welcome back to my video channel. It's Richard here, and this afternoon I just thought I'd give you a third update about the leak I've had in my workshop garage, which is a sort of bit of an ongoing saga. If you remember the last one, the last video I made about a week ago now, I think I said that we'd actually solved the problem actually, but in fact the problem continued ever since I did two things. First of all, Matt Watts came out, who's the roofing contractor, and put a very nice gutter support in, which I'll show shortly. And secondly, I then rendered with some Santex the inside of the garage and the outside wall to damp proof it, and that was working quite well. The thing I discovered from that was the leak still continued, and I discovered how that had come about. And I'm going to take the camera, turn the camera around and show you exactly where the water was coming in. So hold with me. Okay, so let's have a look. So if you remember rightly, the water was running down the wall, and it was pooling down the bottom of the wall here. And what I've done is the last few days, the last week, we've had some quite bad weather again. So the newspaper, the Daily Telegraph, has been soaking up quite a bit of that water, and that's we've had some frosty weather. I think it's about 9 degrees today this morning, but in fact it was actually -5 when I came out here first thing, and I've been using the trusty fan heater there, one King of On space heater to dry out, which has been working very well. The problem's been, I discovered during the week when it was raining, that the roof itself, and you can see that here, this beam here, from here on the water is been wicking into this felt here. This felt is here to stop condensation, and it does a really good job. But because the screws above this beam aren't actually sealed, the water's been egressing through the screw holes, because these basically are channels that the rainwater runs down to into the gutter, and so they've been egressing and it's been wicking inside. And I was in here the other day and it actually was dropping. You can see here, if I do this, the back of my hand is all wet. I'm going to dry these off because we subsequently found a solution for that. And so it was actually wicking and then dropping down the wall. You can see here, if I do this, you can see how that drips, and that's what happened. It gets to a tipping point and then drips down the wall, and that's what all these stains are here. So the partial, I think there were several problems. The first one was that the gutter wasn't running properly and it needed this support. The second thing was the downpipe for the water butt outside was leaking, and I fixed that. And the third thing was that over time these holes have got bigger, or the washers that seal the screws have actually given way, and that's so the worst bit is in the center, and you can see here, if I do this, you can probably see on my hand how much water. So Matt has been back and he's taken all the screws off the top, replaced them all, and I'm certain that that's actually going to solve the problem now. So there we are. So I'll just show you the outside, if you bear with me a second. So we're now looking at the top of the garage workshop roof, and the bits that Matt replaced last time were this piece of plastic here, and this allows the water to run off the roof and directly into the gutter itself. I then had to fix this end piece here because this was leaking quite badly, so I've actually replaced this wiring here, resealed this with some Gorilla Tape, and this now works perfectly. This particular piece of guttering leads into the water butt, which is below us, and so he has now sealed all the bolts along that top ridge. You can see there, you might even be able to see where some of the sealant has been used, and I think that will actually solve the problem, because particularly in the gutter bits, this is the gutter bits, these are the lower pieces, I think that's where the water was great. Well, I know that's where the water was coming in. So, and that's done there. And the other thing is, and I'll show you that shortly, hold on a second. You may remember that we had some egress here You can see that dark line. Well, we have now flattened that piece of capping, and that should sort that problem out. He's put an extra bolt in there. You can see the top of the capping on there just to neaten it up, and resealed it. So I'm hopeful that that will actually solve the problem. Anyway, just a quick update, because everyone seems to be very interested in how water's getting into this workshop. So the next thing I should be doing is testing this out, and so I'll be doing that by waiting for the rain, because I pulled the carpet right back, as you can see, and as you can see, everything is nicely stored and safely away. The other thing is that the top of this frame here is the workbench. That's completely dried off now, so I will actually be able to reuse that. I've had it out and it's slightly warped, but I will actually be able to use that, and I've had the fan heater on it, so it's now a different colour, that dreadful dark colour, and also a lot of the glue had started to seep out. That's all dried back again, so I'm hopeful. So yes, so I'm really hopeful that things will now be okay, and we won't be having water pooling down there. But anyway, I just thought I'd update you. Thanks for your nice comments I've had from everybody. Don't forget to press the little bell so that you know when I'm doing the next update, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care.